We may be live, we may not be live. Who knows?
Who knows? Is that on?
It is on.
All right, on like Donkey Kong.
We'll choose that on, yes.
All right, let's see. Let us see if we are live. I don't want to start with anything until there's people. Because
there are
then
people.
I have to
Hey, it's Jody and Russ.
Of course. How's the water heater, Jody? That thing working?
Have to go pick up a water heater listening.
Yes.
It's like
yes.
you knew.
Yes. So.
And Sign of Jonah.
Oh,
good afternoon.
Sign of Jonah, Russ.
Yes.
So, good afternoon, goeiemiddag, everybody. Just shining my tools.
Only the tip. For 2 minutes, Jody.
For 2 minutes.
For 2 minutes.
2 minutes. So good afternoon, goeiemiddag. We are live in our store. Store's to my right. This is our old commercial kitchen where we used to serve people out of when we used to have a restaurant attached as well, which no longer exists because what we do is built on. I had a few real upset people because we dared mention hot cross buns and we got calls and people are like, where do we get these things?
We
and
told them how to do it,
well,
and how
that
to
was the
make
plan.
them, and how pretty they are. Delicious hot cross buns that I did not touch one bit of. That was hard.
Yes, yes, yes.
So now there are 2 hard things around here, and it's not the bread.
So this is probably the sparkling waters.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the worst of what we drink.
That is the worst.
Yes.
No, the worst that goes in our bodies.
Yes, is the sparkling
I
waters.
would say.
So I guess that's terrible.
That's my vice.
Yeah. So you know, I suffer from insomnia. Like, I don't sleep a lot.
Suffer from, he doesn't know how to sleep.
Yes. So, but I purposefully don't drink like Red Bull, and you know, I cut my coffee at 2 in the afternoon.
We could probably cut it at noon, but
yeah, we could probably cut it at noon, but it's a little harder. But I cut my coffee at 2. No energy drinks, 0, and water for the most part, and then that's about it. Like, there's nothing.
There is something you're forgetting. So there's this stuff, and I think it's our sponsor as well. And I don't know if you guys can see the beauty of this meat. I am holding it. Let me turn it and show it. We were asked if it was chicken fried copium poppies.
Poppies asked if it's chicken fried biltong.
It is
so
not. I'll come closer. Hang
that's
on,
a fat layer on top.
Let me go closer. Woo. Look at this guy here. This is absolutely gorgeous. The fat is the same depth as the meat itself. That's not going to be everywhere. It's just in that one piece. Up here is less fat. You can see it thin out. But this stuff is known for B vitamins. What do B vitamins do for you? And creatine and iron and all of that. What does that do for you?
Makes you real healthy. And makes you real strong.
And
makes you real fast. I don't know. That's
makes
good
you
for you
not sleep. What was one thing that Viva said specifically about car rides? Is it gives you energy?
Yeah, it gives you energy. So, yeah, if
carnivore
you do
diet, meat diet, beware. You will have energy, and you actually have to be active in order to burn all that energy.
Correct.
Like the end of the day, I need to almost run laps around the shop or do something for like the last hour so that I can go sleep at night. As weird as that sounds, it's true.
So we bantering a little bit today because the cooking is not hard. It's easy. What does Ike normally say? Easygoing Saturday. So we've got an easygoing Sunday. It's not complicated stuff today because lots of it is made beforehand. I forgot to switch that guy on, so I got it on high. It'll real quick.
Ooh, we're gonna smell that one.
Yeah, it's okay. So we're going to make something. It's a kind of traditional South African thing. We have it. So we have these like church fairs and just general, and then school fairs. And then what they do is they get together at the school. You know, the like parents and the teachers, and then they'll have a fair. And they might have a classroom, and people watch movies, and you have to pay like 50 cents to go watch a movie or $1 to go watch a movie. And then they'll have pancakes, and you know, they'll have, some people have curry and rice, and then something else they have at these places is like the fried bread fat cook, which I've made before, and then they'll have Jaffels, which I'm going to make today. Now, if you have a bigger family like we do, it would normally be better to have 2 of these, but I have one. Yes, I have one, and we have time, so it is all good.
Yeah.
You can put this thing on a campfire, You can take it camping with you. You can stick it on a campfire. And then what
What's
you
it made
basically,
of, Anton?
this is made of aluminum. This one, I mean, you get them out of cast iron. This is cast aluminum with steel handles and steel rods going out of the handles, and then this is wood.
Did you
Actually,
say
no.
steel rod?
Yeah, steel rod.
Oh, okay. Just
This is actually aluminum as well. Sorry, I thought it was painted wood, but no, it's aluminum. I just feel the coldness.
The reason
now.
you don't feel it as much is probably because of the steel versus
Yes.
aluminum, so it breaks the heat transfer.
That's right. So
Yeah.
this thing flips open. It's got these little hollows in, so you stick a slice of bread out on the one side, and then you obviously put some non-stick juice on this side, and I normally butter the bread on the outside. You put your one slice of bread, you put your filling, which can be whatever you want. We do savory, just for info, and then you put another piece of bread on top, and then you gotta flip this guy closed, and you cut the crusts off it, and then it goes on the range, and then you toast your bread one side and the other side. So I'm gonna leave this thing here because I need it to warm up.
It is heating.
Do not take this thing off the range and put it on your plastic or wooden or anything that'll burn, because
You
this
could
thing is
put it
going
on
to.
wooden, because then you could have this beautiful.
Yes, you could have a nice emblem burnt into your wood if you want. If you wanna put a, like we have the little Africa logo, our old logo burnt into the wood. You can do that if you wanna.
If you want to.
Yeah. So I'll leave this guy
Can
right
I tell
here.
you who has joined us?
Yes,
We've
who
got
has joined
some
us?
new faces, names, handles, whatever we want to call these lovely things. So, No Sacred Cows 47, moo to you.
Yeah.
Cam, hello, good sir. Bright Can News, honking from Canada, of course. And I saw that's it. Okay, you guys just been chatting back and forth. It looks like Cam is napping right now. I see you are doing that very effectively, sir.
Yes.
You're talking on chat. That's not napping. Just so you know.
So I made it's basically mince, give or take a little bit of ingredients. We use it for our sausage rolls. So I made some yesterday.
Back up,
because
what's mince?
Mince is like a ground beef stew. So this would probably be closer in relation to like a sloppy joe that you would put on, like the mixture you would put for sloppy joe and bread. So I had a little bit of extra, so I packaged it up, which is where my Jaffel idea came from. Today I thought, you know what, I'll show you guys some traditional Jaffels. My kids really dig them, so I'm going to make them.
We're going to have to pull out the cheese.
Yes, I've got the graters over there.
Ooh,
I'm prepared. I'm on the ball, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the grater sorted. I'm going to pull the big block, cut it, show the guys how to grate some cheese,
Okay.
do all kinds of training.
Arm
today.
muscles just for Finboy to see.
Yes, Finboy. Finboy and the muscles.
I like the picture you put out the other day.
Yes.
Hopefully he sees that.
Yes. So you can put any kind of filling. The traditional one we use is like mince. You normally have Jaffels with mince. So I'm going to do this with some cheese. We like to put apricot jam. Like I like apricot jam with my mince. You can put chutney. You can do whatever you want. There's no rules. Some people will say they are, but there's no rules. It's completely what you like. I'll keep that for the grating. And
You're gonna pop it to scare the people and make them think of doctors that happen
Yes.
later in life.
Yes, they snap the glove and then drop it in their pocket, and then they inspect you. Dr. Vasso finger.
No.
So I normally, what I do with the mince is I seal it in a vacuum pouch, and so I'll just cut the corner off and I'll just squeeze it out like you would out of a piping bag.
Yeah.
I just squeeze it
You
out.
could always have it in a bowl.
You can have it in a bowl and scoop it out with a spoon. I mean, however you want. This is just, when I put it in vacuum bags like this, it just lasts a lot longer. So if we don't get to it today, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to just take 2 or 3 days. It can take a week or 2 weeks in this bag and it'll be fine. So that's one of the things we do. And then I'm just heating this thing up a little bit. And I will turn the heat, because I had it on max. Let me put it about halfway.
Are we freezing for anyone? I see Sound of Jonah's comments. I did.
Did we start over to AT&T?
I did.
Okay, then we should be good.
We should be good. No, it's smooth as all get out on mine.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if anyone else having issues.
All right. Well, let us know if there are issues.
Does not look like it. Looks like we may be good.
All right.
So did you know it is that time of day? Bright Can News did his second live stream earlier today. Yes.
Man, why did I not get a notification?
Bright Gaming. Just may need to make sure I'm on there.
That's how you want to eat that thing, man. Oh. All right, and now I've got to cut smaller for you.
Yes. I mean, I'll eat it. I like the fat. There's nothing wrong with the fat. Anybody who tells you fat is bad obviously doesn't know the lovely health benefits of it.
Yeah, I eat this kind of fat and my cholesterol goes down.
Mm-hmm. 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 That's very nice.
Yeah.
Son of Jonah, I'm sorry it's you. You should fix yourself, though.
Let me put this.
We actually had a conversation with our providers earlier, or not early, end of last week, I guess it was. So we are definitely making sure that we are doing the right thing as far as speed goes to keep you guys well entertained.
Yeah, they're not pleasant people to talk to.
No.
I was actually wanting to, fame and shame them, but
it doesn't matter. They're all the same.
They're all the same.
Whoever's good today is bad tomorrow.
That's true. They were good for a while. The problem is just with these guys, what I really, really hate is instead of owning their shit, they were like, well, you forgot to put the dot on that I, so we are not responsible. That sucks. That'll make me not use them ever again. All right, we're getting some smoke action here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
in other words, don't touch that plate.
Hands off for sure.
All right, question. Has anybody heard of the new branding trend that's going around right now? Have you seen that?
No.
It's a little creepy, in my opinion, but they don't hot brand. It is cold brand. I know. I don't understand why. Granted, because it is cold, it freezes the skin and the different layers and actually causes reverse effects and hurts the body further. Who would have guessed? But apparently it's a thing. It is not a thing that I will ever do, but it is a thing. It is the same geniuses we see running around.
Yeah, scratching Teslas. Ah.
There's a few of those. With a camera on every angle.
Yeah, it's weird. I what did I say the other day? I actually think the whole Tesla scratching thing is sponsored by Tesla because everybody's getting caught. It's the best ad for their security ever. Definitely.
I have to read Cam's comment because it goes right in line with what we were saying. Sorry, we're going to have to take a break. At Sign of Jonah, it's not us, it's you. And Sign of Jonah does remind everybody that the brain is made of and surrounded by cholesterol.
Yes, exactly.
And his brain stops braining when he doesn't eat enough fat. Yes, I feel that.
Vegan. I mean, how much fat are in plants again? I forget sometimes, how, I like the green bean with a little bit of fat on the side,
Yes.
So nice. Or my carrots, with extra marbling.
It's kind of the same concept as the amino acids. We have an incredible guy who's been reminding us to up our amino acid intake just for health benefits. Would you believe it? I went ahead and looked up the foods because I couldn't remember. I was like, I'm pretty sure some of them, but I thought, let me look it up. Eggs. I can't remember what other meats, but there was this long list of vegetables. I thought to myself, but there's literally no other benefit for those vegetables. So the answer is no. Soy was even listed on there.
Yeah, soy was even listed on there.
Soy's always listed.
It's like you tell someone soy is real bad for men, and then they say, well, it does protect against, like, no, you stay on that side. I'm going to grate the cheese here because there's crumbs and stuff.
I want to stand there. I want to stand somewhere. Russ, he told me to move. Am I okay here? Do I look pretty enough?
So no, I wanted to grate it on there, but now it's too much crumbs and mess and stuff. So
please say good afternoon to Miss Slidey Pie. We missed you on Friday. Glad to have you in today.
So they tell you, well, someone was saying. So I said soy is real bad for you. So someone said, well, not organic soy. And it's like,
what's the difference?
So just because it's not GMO modified or GMO, now it's better for you. No, it's all shit. Yes. And the research is paid for, or shall I say the people are paid off for the research that they do on these things, so the answers are skewed.
Yeah. Is anyone else having trouble with some of the research articles? What is that called?
like the AI.
No, not AI. Sorry, I am so blanking at the moment. The scientific methodology used, because normally the double checks are paid for. It's not actually.
No, but there was a
checked
guy that worked
correctly.
at I think Harvard or one of the big universities, and these guys were getting checks to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars
Yes.
for food research. You know, for sugar and whatever, to say it's not bad. So, you know, you just skew your research to do whatever it shows that's not bad.
Yes. And yes, Sacred Cow says low testosterone or test, eat beef. Exactly.
Well, that's exactly what I said.
Exactly.
That's exactly what I said is, you know, the
Eat your
fact or
meat.
the evidence that soy is bad for you is
Yep.
see men's deteriorating testosterone over the last, you know, whatever many years.
No, he gives a straight statement here. I probably shouldn't say it on here. It's a reminder, this is an adult show. This is not for kids. So it gives men tits. Yeah, don't do that.
Yes,
Don't
yes.
do that.
Moves. Moves. Moves.
Do you remember when that was a thing?
Yes.
I remember when that was a thing. It was
Yes.
not that long ago.
Nope, and it's not very attractive.
That is too funny.
All right.
Sorry about that.
Ah.
And Cult Gaming has joined us.
Hey, Cult Gaming, I am guilty. I have not made his code.
You haven't made his
I have
code.
not made his
You
code.
said you were
Don't tell
going
him.
to.
Don't tell him. Don't say a word. Don't say anything about Cult's code. I forgot. Because
Cult, I'm sorry. I was supposed to double check on him. So he's not getting his mug until Monday. I guess we have until Monday.
all right, man, I suck at that.
I'm glad that is the only thing you suck at.
Oh, no, it's just, you know, there's like 7 other priorities, and then I don't.
And then we
I
forget. We,
you know, and Nicole has probably reminded me like 10 times this week. Have you made Colt's code? No, I'm gonna do it now. And then the boy yells, or you know,
there's so many distractions.
the
and
biltong needs to be
we
moved.
are
or,
those squirrel gone.
yeah,
Gone.
whatever is the
That's in the
highest
brain,
priority
gone.
gets the next.
Yes.
You know, gets the attention. The squeaky wheel, man, gets the grease.
But I'm glad you're still going to get your mug on Monday, regardless. So
All right, let me finish this talking about attention.
he says he pimps your product every stream anyway.
Yeah, but I'd like to give him a discount code at least
Yes.
for the effort. Wow.
I agree. We appreciate it, though. We appreciate you supporting and sharing. And Pre-59 Cuban says, food research is a scam.
Of course it
You
is.
got it. That's
Yeah,
exactly
I have
how
to
we
share.
feel.
I have to share
Go
a
for it.
little tale with everyone. I'll have the little piece of cheese. You want to up?
You want to share with me?
Yep.
Thank you.
All
I
right.
should have let you feed me, but, you know, maybe inappropriate.
All right. I'm going to leave that right there. So,
Whee!
steamy. So I had a guy come in, and he asked me for some food that I could not pronunciate the word.
Yes, you should share that.
So he asked me for some, I don't know, yabba dabba doo food or something. So I'm like, nope, don't have that. So he's looking around the store, and he says, but this is an African store. I said, indeed it is. He says, but I don't see no Africans. So I said, I'm right here, man. I am from Africa. So he sniggers at me. So I said, well, I don't know what's funny. Where were you born? And then he just kind of looked around and said, yeah, this is obviously not the spot he was thinking. I'm like, well, obviously not. If there's anything I can help you with, let me know. And then he gandered out of the door. Because, you know, it matters where you are born. Not just the shade of your, is it melatonin?
Melatonin. That is
Not
correct.
the shade of your melatonin, you know?
And
Funny
I'm
how people don't
not
understand that.
going to lie. That is actually something we used to experience heavily as a restaurant.
Yes.
It was not pretty many days. And we had to inform our staff that they would most likely encounter it because it was about a weekly or more occurrence.
Yes.
It was at least once a week. It is typically a lot more than that.
Yes.
But our staff would encounter it all the time, and we had to inform them it's
We
not
have
their
to
fault.
train our staff.
Yes, they didn't do anything wrong. Where they're from is not an issue, but some people think it's an issue.
Yeah,
It's very
some
sad.
people are insane in the membrane. So I had one of those guys in. So he actually, we used to make these meat pies. We still make them, they're frozen, but we don't cook them anymore. You know, like have them ready for service. So he asked about them after I couldn't, you know, whatever the fuck he was asking for, that I had no idea what it was. Then he asked for, he said, well, apparently we have meat pies. So I said, yeah, you should go ask the FDA about the meat pies, because apparently it's too African for them. Yeah, the health department. Yeah. Because apparently it's too African for us to serve. And that's when he sniggered and walked out. Because, you know, facts. Right, we put some mince. We put a little bit of cheese. Put a little bit of cheese.
A little more cheese.
Yeah, the kids like the cheese.
Oh, yes. I think we all do.
We put the sandwich. Now, normally, I go the other way around. Let me see if I can get this guy all in there, then I don't have to cut anything, and we save all the bread.
Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah. It's like the perfect size bread.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
watch the clip goes around.
Yes,
Isn't that
yes.
fun?
All right. Let the cooking begin. I gotta trim my. When I talk,
Do you have a
it's like
squid on your face?
Yes. It's like the hair grow, and they get to a point, and then it turns around, and then when you talk, it just like tickles your nose, and it's very annoying. Very annoying. So I gotta stand a little closer. We used to say you have to take your razor off the wheels, you know.
Yes, yes, 100%. So Sign of Jonah, I'm going to back up a little bit, says to us, as soon as one of the kids turns 10, he becomes an employee. Shipments won't be late in Nicole and Anton's sweatshop.
Yes. Yes, we got one of those.
We got one of those. You are correct.
Yes.
Cult Gaming says he's slowly getting people from Sleazy Stream to get around Rumble a little more.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
Very good. That is awesome to hear. And Finboy has arrived. You should back up and watch the beginning. You may have been summoned.
Yeah, right.
He says, I can see Nicole glancing at Anton's arms with subtle disappointment. Don't worry, I'll make more pictures.
Yeah, I'm going to have to start working out if you carry on like that.
Oh, he's a nonsense. I chuckled at that picture. That's too much. No, that's too much.
The problem that I've heard with those guys are it's only the
upper muscles
that expand.
I would hope that's not true, but they do say an extra inch around the waistline.
Yes, yes. So here's some interesting.
How does that statement go?
What disclaimer? This is not health advice.
Never.
But so look
this
at that
guy. Look at this thing.
Look at that. I try not to drop it.
Okay.
So for every 30 pounds.
I don't know. I don't remember. We can make it up at this point.
Yeah. So let's say 30 pounds. You gain an inch, gentlemen. Just saying, in height, you know?
In height, yes.
You get an inch taller. Whew, this range plate is hot, man.
I can feel it from here. Yes.
No, it is very hot.
It's angry at the moment.
But it's got to be hot, because otherwise you're going to stand here and fucking retire before anything's toasted. Because remember, it's got to get through the range plate, through the aluminum, and toast the bread. And this is pretty thick aluminum. So, I have no idea what that is.
Okay.
I have no idea what that is. Is that on my phone?
Yes, that's your phone.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just to ask who, what is this about?
No, it's nonsense.
Oh, okay.
No, it's nonsense.
Fucking weird. The problem is we deal with so many people.
Yes, we gotta double check and make sure it's not
you
real.
get a
or
spam message and it's
real or
like, huh?
not.
What are you talking about?
But they have already arrived. Where are you?
Yes, like I don't know what you mean, man.
We get a lot of random hellos and
Yeah, but also, I might have set up something with someone and I forgot because, there's 10 million things going on.
But never on a Sunday afternoon.
No,
at
I
this
don't generally.
hour. I think you have other things to
Yeah.
attend to.
So this also stretches the meat quite a lot and the cheese because you don't put a huge amount in, otherwise it just kind of pops off out the side, which would waste it, especially if it's on a fire. If it falls out, woo, hot there on the side. If it falls out on the range plate, you could probably catch it with a spatula.
Spatula. Yes.
But on the fire, it's gone. Right, let's see. I do it this way.
So, No Sacred Cows asks, the meat stuffed buns, what do they serve with? Any sauces?
You can serve it with whatever you want. We will eat these plain. Well, we won't. Our kids will eat these plain. My lunch is there. That's what I eat.
I'm eating some of that too.
Yes.
You have to share.
But the kids, I mean, you can have it with tomato sauce. You can have it with chutney. You can have this would probably go real good with some mayo. And then what did I do that one day? I made a spicy mayo. So I put some salt, pepper, mixed herbs, tomato sauce, mayonnaise. You mix that, and a little bit of peri.
Yes, that was good.
Chili. And then you make a little bit of a spicy sweet mayonnaise. That's very good. That'll go real well with that.
You could add a touch of chutney into it as
yes,
well. Just
and
make
I
it
actually
sweet and
want to
spicy.
see. I don't think we have apricot jam here.
Your cheese.
Hey? No, the cheese. I just put it because I got to get a bag for it. So I put
Okay,
it
it's
on the
gonna fall.
side. Is it gonna fall? Okay, I will watch. It's gonna probably next time I stick my head in there, it'll fall on my head.
That's my worry.
Let me.
So Finboy Slick is making fancy nachos today. Spicy
Okay.
beef, lemon, tarragon, pickled tomatoes, old cheddar, spring onion, and black olives.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
That's
you
cool.
should have lots of cheddar cheese and jalapenos, says Sign Up Jonah. I agree.
I am getting a special cut of meat in. Not special, but it's something a little different. So hopefully I get a box of that on Monday. And we're going to do some stuff with that next week. It's called a terrace major. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that.
That's the same what we've had that before.
Yes,
didn't we?
it's basically the other fillet.
Yeah.
It's a very small little, looks like a fillet.
I remember you marinating
Yeah.
those. That was good.
Yes, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to do some things with them.
We cannot help ourselves but play with the meat.
Exactly. That's the good part of life. So I actually forgot about that cut, and then Jack Spierko asked me about it, and I'm like, oh, I remember that. And happens that my supplier has some, so I got a box of it. Well, the problem is we got to buy 35, 40 pound boxes, so I'm getting a few.
Are we getting Angus or Wagyu?
Angus.
Okay.
The Wagyu guys don't have that.
That's okay.
I don't think so. I actually didn't ask, but I'll ask. Wagyu will be good.
That was my thought. That's why I
Yes.
asked.
No, I actually forgot to ask the Wagyu suppliers. I asked them about everything else except that. But it's not a common cut. You can't get it from Walmart, and you have to. And I think most butchers won't even carry it. It's a very specific cut that you got to ask for.
Mhm.
See, I turned the heat down.
And now it's too low.
Yeah, it's just this range plate specifically is
It's
insane.
crazy.
Let me see. Yeah, it's getting there.
So I have to ask Russ, and I don't know if you can answer this for me. Why do Americans always, or just use ranch? Why is that such a thing? It's not something I grew up with that much. We didn't, yes, ranch on salads, but that was it. It was not heavily used. Because even Sacred Cow says only if I make ranch from scratch and not on my meat.
that I agree with.
And I agree, not on the
Yes,
meat.
not on the meat.
No.
Yeah, I got onto my son. He's 7. So I got onto him because he wanted tomato sauce with his steak. And I'm like, dude, no.
You don't do that.
You don't eat, if you have a good steak, it's an insult to add sauce to it. So, and I don't care what the sauce is. If you have a good steak, then you enjoy the meat. You don't put sauces. Barbecue sauces are for bad meat.
I will
Good meat.
admit, though, the lovely food industry conglomeration that we have nowadays, they do not tend to use just normal spices. They use this magical stuff, natural flavoring.
Oh yeah,
and
that's
MSG.
the problem.
Now, I had a customer in the other day who said they could not taste the biltong. They said it was very bland. It's a shame that we don't add any spices to it. I don't think I told you that. So I explained to the young sir that when you do not eat real food, you tend not to taste food, and you tend to want nothing but that MSG flavorings, things like that, because your taste buds are actually tarnished. They cannot taste the differences. It's the same as smoking. You know, it's the exact same concept. Yeah. You can't taste properly when that's what you're used to. We even have a set of friends. I don't know if anybody does a lot of traveling. Whenever they had gone on vacation, you know who I'm talking about, they would come back and pretty much detox for a month.
Yes.
Because they knew that eating the trash on the road, wherever it was from, would
they
mess
used to
with
they used to eat, yeah. And then before, when they came back from holiday, they used to wait like a couple of weeks to detox before they ate, because they say that like they literally cannot taste the food unless they detox.
Yeah, that I found that fascinating, but that's whom I thought of whenever I had the gentleman in the other day.
Oh, this one is almost done. Yeah.
Cult Gaming says we don't. Ranch is gross. I prefer medium heat or higher salsa. Now, on that note, why do we always have the nasty looking mush beans? Why? Why is that on all of those plates?
What is it called? Refried.
Yeah.
Don't you just fry them once? Like, why do you have to fry them twice and mush them?
It looks like the same stuff that comes out the other end. I don't understand.
Yes. Well, that makes
doesn't look nice.
Makes it easy.
It's not nice. Or maybe it's a Tex-Mex thing. I don't know. It's not nice.
It's a I have no teeth thing.
You're probably correct. You're probably correct.
Now imagine the no teeth gumming of that like goo. Oh. Yeah, it's not pretty.
No. Russ just says, we make steak Sammy's with red sauce. What is red sauce? What does that mean?
Isn't that, what's that red sauce from the Jeff's red sauce, or what's that? It's like a hot sauce.
Oh, yes.
Remember?
I know what you're talking about. He says no need.
I put that shit on everything. What was that?
We'll get help in a sec. Pasta sauce, okay. He says no need teeth.
No need teeth, yes.
Pre-59 Cuban, I'm an oil and vinegar guy for salad dressing.
Yeah, that works.
That works. What was it?
Wrong with that.
It was a mayo the spicy mayo I used to do with the biltong salad.
Yeah.
Now that was really good.
That was good,
but no lettuce. Don't do lettuce. No. It was avocado, tomato, cheese, biltong. What am I forgetting? Cucumber. That was really nice. But I'm not going to lie. I won't eat most of those things nowadays. What did we have recently? Pear.
Pear. Wow.
How did you like the pear, Anton?
Oh. So we eat mostly meat, as most people know by now. So I feel like something sweet because I have a craving and I don't want to dive into a chocolate. So I tell Nicole, you know what? We have some pears in the fridge. So why don't we eat some pears?
And by eat some,
I mean,
he literally takes one and cuts it in half and splits it between the two of us. That's his eat some, okay?
That's how much pear we have. And these are not massive pears. They're not huge.
No, they're
just like
small.
A little bit,
they're maybe
like
3 to 4 inches.
Yeah,
height.
like an apple.
Yeah,
you know?
apple size, yeah.
Yeah. So you tell them.
So after eating that, I noticed a little bit of back pain when I went to bed that night, and I told Aunt, no, I didn't say anything.
No, but we worked real hard.
That was a hard day. That was Biltong Day. That was Friday. That was Friday night.
Yep.
So I personally hung 3 cabinets of biltong. How many pounds of biltong did I hang?
It's over 1,000 pounds.
Only 1,000 pounds. I hung 1,000 pounds of biltong. So I thought maybe that's what the problem was. And then Saturday morning when I got up, I told Anton, my back is killing me. And it was my lower back, which normally doesn't hurt. And it's not like I was bending in a weird position to hang biltong. And I was convinced it was the pear. He told me, no, there's no way.
I'm like, nah, man, it's just the hard work. Don't worry. She's like, nope, it's the pear. I'm like, nope. I don't think it was that pear. It can't be. It's because we worked so hard, because we both worked hard Friday.
Yes. It was
so come Saturday, I'm like, you know what? I got that
need for sweet.
Need for just something a little. Let's split another pear. Guess what? This morning.
Back pain again.
So I'm like, yeah, okay, well.
I think now it believes me. It's
the
pear.
pears apparently going by the wayside. So
Or just we are not enjoying them. The kids can have them.
no, I like eating it, but I don't like the after effects.
No.
And the thing is, like, they call it a back pain. I had back pain, and then I had a weird like cramp in the side of my leg as well with a pear. Like, it's gone now, but then I eat the pear, and then 2 hours later, like, my leg's cramping up. I'm like, I don't understand.
It's interesting when you clean your body so much how you actually respond to different things. I had that with mushrooms. I don't know if you guys saw. Did we put it on a video or was
can't
it?
remember.
I don't remember either. Antoine got huge portobello mushrooms.
Yes, I think we did.
Dressed them up. It was absolutely phenomenal. I haven't had mushroom like that in probably years. And pain the next morning. I had abdominal pain as well. Same thing. This was kind of all over though. Pain from that. So not cool with me, I think. Are you guys still having problems? Who's having problems? Frank's Red Hot. That's what it's called.
Yes, Frank's Red Hot. I put that shit on everything.
It's terrible.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
But I still put that shit on
Just
everything.
making sure
Frank puts that shit on everything.
Refritos is really a sauce, and the real deal is nicer. Taco Bell is nasty. Yeah, we 100% agree with you on that statement.
So I remember a guy that worked for me, worked at Taco Bell. And he says they used to take the beans and they used to dump a huge batch of bacon fat. Not bought bacon fat. So the fat that came off the bacon that they fried, that dripped into they used to dump that fat into the beans. But it was sold as vegetarian. So I'm not saying where you were.
Never happened in any of the...
This must be one of those back alley
yes, of course.
Taco Bells.
Of course.
You know?
Here in the Metroplex.
Says that's why the beans are so good. It's all that old bacon grease that's get dumped.
Now, I can't argue that statement, though. Man, there's something special about bacon grease.
Yes.
It really
bacon
is.
grease is good. It's just, you can't say it's vegetarian. You know, it reminds me of the one Ramsey episode. What was it? The restaurant thing where he saved the restaurants that's going under. And this lady finds a bone in her vegetarian like soup, and he's like, "Yeah, we use stock, pork, like beef, pork stock.
Yeah,
they use a meat stock in the vegetarian soup." And it's like, no, you can't put stock. He says, "Yes, but if I don't put the beef, like the meat stock, it doesn't taste good." That's kind of the point. The point of being a vegetarian is you don't get the stock.
Now I've got to agree with that. You just put meat in everything.
Yeah.
Never be a vegetarian. Don't do it.
Can't do vegetarian, man.
Now it looks like there's a little bit of up and down for a few people on the stream.
That's weird.
I don't know. I'm good, and I'm on the app. Just as an FYI, I'm running on the app. I see what you said, Miss Slidey Pie. Hopefully it's working for you.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
I mean, we are running clean.
I haven't seen any glitches on either. Okay. I've got 2 different programs running, 2 different devices. Just the beef tip.
Just beef tips. What was that we spoke about the last time? Burnt ends. Just the ends. Don't burn them though.
Right. Don't burn the beef tip. Actually, burnt ends were very good.
Yes, they were very good.
So everybody needs to have burnt ends in their life. Yes.
Yes. So burnt ends, I was right. It's supposed to be the kind of tail end of the brisket.
Yes.
But you can use like a roast and make it from that to save money, because then otherwise you just get the edges of the brisket. I'm just gonna go get another tub.
Got it.
For the clean new.
So I have to share with you guys. Anton's running around getting some equipment. I forgot to mention on Friday, Anton got himself a new toy, and I swear I was back in the 1990s world of the Tim Allen sitcom again with the, as he turned it on, I heard the...
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot to talk about that.
Yes, I told him I forgot to mention it
right
Friday, how much you enjoyed your new toy.
Yeah, so we got a new grinder upgrade, and I wasn't too sure about this thing because I wasn't sure, but the gearing was done well, so it's fast. It's just, when you look at it, I'm like, yeah, I don't know if these gears are going to do the job. So I connected it up and I started it up, and when I switched it on and I watched the gears run, I was like, oh. That is cool stuff.
You want to do the bottom side?
Hey? Yeah, the bottom is okay.
Okay, it's good.
Yeah. It's a little lighter, but it's okay.
Are we okay with light things in here?
Yeah.
And it's melanin, not melatonin.
Oh, melatonin. That's what I thought. Melatonin
Yes.
is the sleep one.
See,
Melanin. That's why I looked at you. You're the medical person.
I didn't deal with that
Melanin.
stuff.
Melatonin is the sleepy one. Melanin is the skinny one.
The skinny one. Melanin, yes. It's very close. I'm so sorry. Bye, Cam. Have a good day. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah. Go take a nap, man.
Yes,
Isn't Cam on the night shift?
I think so. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think so. All right.
Are you going to make all of these, or do you need
Yeah,
more?
I'm going to make all of them. No, this will be enough, and I'm going to make one with just cheese.
Ooh.
I'm going to make one of the kids very
Who's
happy.
getting the cheese? Hey, looky here. Dog Digger has arrived. And Neuro. Hey, gentlemen.
Hey,
Good
Nero.
to see you.
Let me see. Huh. Look at Nero.
Oh.
You see something there, dude?
Is there anything there, Neuro? Why does your name look weird? What's going on there? Well, now's a good time for our sponsor, Fushel.
Yes. Are you going to do it?
I know we started speaking about it. Why are you knocking my head?
No, I'm knocking your head.
My bun's in your way.
I'm putting cheese on the floor, man.
Biltong, of course, get your Biltong from biltongusa.com with code STF10 for 10% off your Biltong purchase. Please remember, it doesn't count for sale items. And some of the options with the Biltong bouquet, the 47, which is already a good deal. If you don't know the 47, definitely check out the 47. It is phenomenal.
You might want to go fetch your little...
You want me to go get it?
Yeah, well, first finish.
Okay. But yes, code STF10 on biltongusa.com.
We do that every time. It's like, Biltong USA. Oh, by the way, other stuff.
Told Russ, this is how it happens. This is how it happens. And we vibe off of each other, which doesn't help it. So we'll both ride the same stream together and go off somewhere else.
Yes.
Non-fat. Yes, there is no fat here, right?
Yes.
None.
100% lean Biltong.
Yes. This is the vegetarian Biltong. Look at that. Dog Digger is doing a pot roast for tonight.
Cool.
What's everybody else eating? Polish Dog is in. Hey, glad to have you. We got 2 dogs today.
Okay, dog and dog.
No, dog and dog.
Dog. Polish dog.
Polish dog.
Welcome in, Polish. Now all we need is a hairy toe or two.
What was the channel? What was the channel? Do you remember?
Which one?
The toes.
No, I don't. I know what you're talking about.
Only toes?
Yes.
Or only feet?
Only feet. Only feet.
There we go. I remember.
Feet. Yeah.
Only feet. All right, we got turkey tacos for Russ. Smoked turkey sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
Cannot say this correctly. You know, you got to put all the letters in for me. I like to pronunciate the words for Polish Dog. And then I've got ham and cheese earlier for Sacred Cows. Awesome. And lasagna. Lasagna. That is it. Lasagna for our cult gaming. So Russ doesn't like our feet, I guess. That's such a shame.
Doesn't like our feet.
He doesn't like feet.
Oh.
Our only feet.
Oh, okay.
I have to mention our young dude. He's got some weird feet. I like his toes. They're interesting. They're long like fingers.
Yes.
It is very interesting, that boy's toes. They make me laugh. All right.
So all the smoke is from the butter.
Yes.
Coming out.
Lord Deccan is having rare beef tips and rice.
All right, that works.
Nice.
I'll do that.
Slidey Pie's having BLTs tonight.
That's good.
Fresh fried chicken lips.
Fresh fried chicken lips.
Can you talk about walkie-talkie?
So we have this thing in South Africa called walkie-talkies. It is chicken heads and chicken feet. And we call them walkie-talkies. I'm going to switch on my extractor. That's why we got that. So
Good thing we don't have smoke alarms in here to go off.
Oh, yeah, it worries me. When it starts smoking a little, I'm like, yeah, this thing's going to like start spraying my shop down.
Right.
So we got these things called walkie-talkies, which are basically chicken heads and chicken feet, which is very popular in the local population. Same like tripe, which I eat none of them. So I had a grill, like a cookout grill. You know, we braai, so we make fire, and then we drink, and we talk nonsense, big fire, like a bonfire, and then we take some of that and we put it in the grill, and then we like braai meat. So we fry it, you know, like cook it on the fire while talking nonsense. We make sandwiches similar to this or something like this on the fire while we do all of that. And what's the name? So the one night, so what we normally do is we'll.
Are you juicing over there?
Yeah, it's because of butter. I should maybe reduce that a little. Because I like a lot of butter on the bread, but I forget it's for browning it, not for eating. But anyway, so I had a bunch of friends over. Normally what you do is you buy like a sausage that you cook first, and you have that as like a starter. So you cut it in little pieces, you chew on that, or like rashers or something that you cook first, and then you eat that, cut it up in little pieces. So everybody has a little starter. So I told them I have a special one tonight. So as we were talking, I mean, the walkie-talkies are real cheap. You know, it's like, if a steak's like, say, $20, like that would be $2 for like a pack of walkie-talkies. So I go inside and I bring it out in the, like, you know, Walmart bag, basically. So I pull it out and I open it up, and everybody goes quiet because I'm about to pack these, like, feet and heads. And everybody's like, are those, like, are they good? You know, because I normally cook pretty good food and everybody trusts my judgment. But, like, with those, they were like, are those real good? You know, are they really? So I just started laughing. Take them off and up, you know, basically threw it in the trash. But people were very concerned with the choice of starter I had for that day. I think I'll do that one with the cheese only.
Yes, that's a good idea.
I wonder if I don't think I have to spray. Let's see if I don't spray it for one.
May I help
What
it?
happened? Yes.
I will say our boerewurst that we make, the farmer sausage, that's exactly the kind of sausage that Anton's mentioning that you would typically have at a gathering.
You have a sausage and you braai that.
And I think the biggest complaint you had when you first got to America is when people gather, it tends to be gather, eat, go away, instead of it being more of a entire social gathering, like you actually hang out for a while. And or here it's a drinking fest, I suppose.
Yeah, so what we do, I mean, we also drink, but what we'll do is, like, we'll start normally at like 3 in the afternoon, let's say on a Saturday, and then everybody gets together at whoever's house, and then you only really cook the food at around 8 at night. So you have like a social thing, everybody's talking nonsense. Normally there'll be some rugby game, like, yeah, it might be a football game on, and then you socialize basically. I want to burn my fingers. There we go.
There we go. I see a tip.
That thing is hot. I knew it was going to be hot. It's not bad if you see, because it's hanging there. Yeah. It's not bad if you just flip it over.
Don't touch it.
But if you keep your finger on it, and it's like, is it, eh? Yeah, is it? You keep your finger on me, eh? Is it? All right.
Sensation of a 9-volt?
Little 9-volt. Little 9-volt.
Reminding you who's boss?
Yeah, it's like, is it, huh?
Right.
All right, and then a little bit of cheese on that one, and then we should be done. So why don't you go show this to everyone?
Okay.
All right.
And then I got to back up on the chat just a little bit. I got some stuff to speak about. Look at these beauties, guys.
So those are a real good treat for kids, and like you can see, this is a nice social thing. You know, you can talk and make them and talk.
Peeking out and open. You guys can see the gooey goodness of the cheese and the meat. Yeah, that is phenomenal.
Yeah, very nice. So the kids really like these things. So this is a nice thing, you know, if you have 2 of these, I mean, you know, while you're talking nonsense with your mates, you just kind of make these things and put them on the fire and take them out, and you can cut them in half if you want, and each kid can have one, and everybody can sit and chew on these things, you know, while you're just having you know, so once we actually get our shit together and get out of here, which, you know, unfortunately, because, you know, we have to sell our house and stuff, it's a little delayed. We wanted to get going on that already. I would really like, if we can, I want to have a fire pit outside. We can do this outside, and I can actually do these things on the fire, And I'm going to, even if we make like fried bread, I will do that in a pot made on the fire. We're going to do everything on the fire. We're going to do a lot of fire cooking because that's the way I like it.
If I could just show you guys the fire pit that Anton actually put on our current house, which I'm kind of sad to see go, but we will replicate that.
Yeah, I'll see one night, if I get out of here early, which, but
don't worry about it here.
No,
we'll
but I'll take a picture of the fire pit.
Okay.
And I'll put it out and people can see. Unfortunately, you're gonna have to follow me on X for that. Maybe I'd do a little recording and I can put it out. The problem is if I don't do it live, then I never get around to. I did a whole video thing for our property and then I just never uploaded it because I don't get time to sit and actually upload the damn thing and.
Yes.
So if it's not live, then no go.
All right, so Cult Gaming mentions in about 20 minutes, I'm resurrecting my music channel from the dead with some old metal from the 80s. If anybody wants to drop by.
Cool.
It's
so
unfortunately
drop your link, man.
He did.
Okay.
He's got his Ice Cold Tunes is the name. Yes, Ice Cold Tunes. So that is so cool. Very glad. And that's ICEKOLDTUNEZ. Ice Cold Tunes. Check it out, everybody, because that is definitely up our alley.
Yeah.
We've gone to a old metal 80s concert.
Yes.
Together.
Yes.
That was fun. That was a lot of fun. And Neuro, what is all of this chicken talk that I see? Do you have chickens or are you planning to get some? Looks like you're going to have your hands full building that chicken coop.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we are right behind you.
So have you looked up some of the methods of, like, I think is it the black soldier flies that you can actually breed them? They come, I think they lay eggs in coffee and then the larvae breed. And then once they come out of the eggs, they actually go up because they think the coffee's soil and they look for food. And then you make holes and they'll actually fall out the holes and like self-harvest themselves. And you can feed this to chickens as protein.
Wait. Chickens. I thought they only ate grains. I thought everything in the world eats grains and needs vaccines. Is that not true?
Yeah. Nope.
Oh, okay. No, I'm learning something new. All right, so he already has chickens, but just going to acquire a coop soon. Doesn't sound like he's going to build it. It looks like he's been encouraged to, but he said no.
Yeah, sometimes you can't just build everything. Not enough time in the day, man.
Cult Gaming, Slidey Pious Lady. You don't have to worry about misgendering, I'm sorry. If we play the gender games, we cannot be friends.
Oh.
We cannot
I'll tell you about another experience I had. You didn't. So, I'm not going to name the magazine, but these guys have been here like 100 times. And magazine ads do not work for us, full stop. Like, it does not. Like, we can put our stuff in magazines. We get zero.
I think being demonized by the local city may have something to do with that.
So magazines just don't work for us. It doesn't. No matter what we do, we've tried all kinds of stuff with magazines. I'm dropping cheese in here. It doesn't work. So they came in, and they actually it wasn't a magazine. It was part of the One Network thing. I'm not going to mention the names, but it's a very mainstream travel network that's affiliated with one of the very big airlines. Let me put it that way.
Not the one that had the plane issues recently.
No, but it's one of the U.S. airlines. I'm not going to mention names because I don't know if that would be. But anyway,
no slander.
Yeah, I don't want to slander anyone. But anyway, so she comes in here very positively and says, "Well, I thought I'd drop by because I see you guys used to be on our network, but you are no longer." So I said, "Yeah, we used to have a restaurant, and we no longer do. So we are not in no need for your services because those rewards points and discounts and things were normally network, like restaurant related. It's people that travel and then stay in hotels and then they come and eat at your establishment, which we don't offer food." So she said, "Well, they'll also buy groceries." So I said, yes, but let me just think about this for a second. Oh, yes, I remember now. You guys did the pronouns thing, and we don't play those games. She's like, "What do you mean?" Now, I don't want to talk about the ladies. She was neatly dressed, had very, very short brown hair. You know, you make of that what you want. But
lady,
anyway,
lady,
you know, very nice.
lady.
And I said, yeah, we just don't play pronouns. I don't care what you want your pronouns to be, but in business, this is not something we do. And at the time when we got rid of you guys, because we started getting pronouns in the auto signatures on the email correspondence. You know, when I get an email from somebody I'm doing business with, and they say, you know, pronouns he, her, he, him, she, her, they, them, whatever the fuck, you know, purple.
There's no right or wrong answer there.
Yeah,
there's no right or wrong.
just,
There's a
I
no.
don't
No.
care. Pronouns equals cancel. So
Yes.
I canceled your service. I don't. And she's like, but business. I'm like, yes, I will go without it. I will not do business with people who play pronouns. Yeah, who play pronouns in business. Business is not where that is supposed to be used. And the answer is no. And I told her, and you don't have to feel bad, because at the same time I canceled you guys, my old accountants started with the same thing, and I just fired them. And then we had to find new accountants, but I'd rather find a new accountant than deal with someone with a pronoun. It's not a personal thing.
Done it with
just,
many.
We have had many
organizations
that had pronouns, and we're like, nope.
Nope.
I refuse to buy stuff from certain businesses, and it's hard because they are the businesses, sometimes the only one that has what we want, or a very good price.
We find another way.
I will pay more, and I will make a plan, but
yes.
I will not deal with people who do pronouns in their businesses. I will not.
Say the one supplier that we decided to go away from with the pronouns game, we actually found a nice small company because of it.
Yes.
You know, like the one thing we needed from them. Everything else was sorted, but there was one item we were kind of hanging on to and trying to find and figure out, and then we stumbled upon
and I have no problem if that's the
love.
game you want to play. I just don't think it's in business. I don't think it's where it's suited. And if you want to do that, then go find yourself someone else to do business with.
But my pronouns.
Yes, but my pronouns, my ass. No.
Get lost.
Yes.
I'm pronoun anti-adjective.
There we go. No, we do not play those games. So if you want to play that game, I am not the guy you want to do business with.
No.
You know?
And I had a customer lecture me while I was pregnant. Hey,
yes.
hang on. Before I go too far, I've got to tell you, on YouTube, we have a lovely lady, mental medalist's wife.
Okay,
yes.
Nice. Well, welcome in.
She's on our YouTube side, so thank you for being here. And she hails from Veteran Biker.
Oh, excellent stuff. Well, welcome in.
So happy to have you in. And she respects us for standing up against the crazy. Yes, that is exactly how to describe it. Okay, let me tell you about my lovely customer. This was when I was pregnant with our last child. Had the gall to inform me that I was misgendering someone in his family. And I look at him and I look down at my stomach and I think, there's an X and a Y. Should I go get my then 6-year-old, who is well educated on the X's and the Y's and knew exactly how that works? I mean, did I need to go get my 6-year-old to teach this gentleman as to how that works? Because it was a little concerning that was a
I didn't even know what was going on. I didn't even know what was going on.
No, and I kind of gave him this dumb look as, are you really talking to me about it? I didn't have an answer for him because
So here's the thing.
Care.
Yeah, here's the thing with me. Like, people come in and I'll just say, like, hey guys, and I don't mean men. I just mean guys, like people.
And
hey
that's
guys.
I think what I did.
Yes.
It was that kind of thing.
And it's like, don't call me a guy. And I'm like, what are you fucking talking about? Are you insane? You know? Yes, apparently. You know, and then you pop back and it's like, by the way, you know, she, and you're like, you mean the kind of big, hairy, sweaty, smelly teenager? You know, the boy that you just called her, like 6'3", I guess.
Yes.
You know,
boy.
250 pounds.
Doesn't shower, skateboard boy.
So anyway.
Yeah.
You know.
So in other words, we just haven't had a discussion since then, which is okay with me.
Yeah, I don't care.
No, thank you. I do not feel obligated to play pretend with people.
No.
That is my exact problem.
Yeah.
You can think whatever you want. You can be in whatever world you want.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You
Good for
do
you.
not get to control my speech.
But yeah, my speech is my speech. No, thank you.
All right, there we go.
They look so nice.
Yes, they look
pretty. I'm so pretty.
There we go. That's where I just wanted to go,
So
but I can't do that.
And gay. Da-da-da-da. Sorry. Cannot help myself. I was singing that song to my kids the other day. What were they? Oh, the fan. So our oldest is about to have a birthday, and I was the horrible mom that went to the store and bought some clothes. I bought matching dresses for our daughters, but the dresses had to go with fans because the request was fan.
Yes, the Chinese.
I'm not exactly sure who makes it. I don't know, but
no, but I think
is
it's
it Chinese?
Okay. It's like that big one is the Chinese.
Where they open up and they collapse.
The Chinese tradition,
fun
I
ones.
think.
She wanted to make her own, but man, it was. I bought it for them so she didn't have to go through the trouble. But when I was playing with it and singing to my children at the same time. So I identify as a rocket launcher.
An attack helicopter.
Attack helicopter. That is correct.
An Apache.
Tard.
Not the ones.
Tard's gonna tard.
Yep.
That is exactly how you put it. And guys, yes, that's a term to address everybody. Dudes, come on. Dude, everybody's a dude. I'm a dude. He's a dude.
That's so stupid. Between not being the right African and not tolerating pronouns, man.
We're shoved in a corner a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Shame on you, black sheep of the town.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you not play by our games? That's what happened in 2022. 2022. If you guys want some fun history, go look that up. August 2022. We had some fun.
Mm-hmm.
We had some international attacks. That was interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. The food is going to be good for sure.
Yes. The kids are going to enjoy. This is Nicole and I will eat I don't even know if I want eggs tonight. I think just biltong is fine.
Just
you want
bring the
eggs?
meat. No.
Yeah, I think just biltong will be
it
good.
is. And yes, medalist wife says that she does not. I don't down their fantasy world. Yes, we are not playing that game. But thank you for the happy birthday for our young one. Her birthday is on a Saturday, so she's a little disappointed. She was concerned that Dad wouldn't make her something for her birthday.
Yeah, because normally I will do a stream and make something for
and
whoever's
all our birthdays
birthday.
fell on the stream days recently. So.
Yeah, last year it was near. So I just did the stuff on the stream day. So she's like, "Oh,
yes,
I'm on a Saturday. What you gonna make me?"
We'll make a plan. We will always make a plan. And Russ Hanneman, thank you very much. Gifted 1 subscription, which Lord Deccan received.
Okay.
So that is awesome. Thank you, sir. More biltong meat popcorn for Neuro, yes. I do have to say, I have a poor guy. We have to let him know that we cannot ship to your lovely land, Bright Can News and Femboy.
Mm-hmm.
They asked, so.
Yeah, we've got someone else that was inquiring. Like, yeah, we cannot ship to Canada.
Not until it becomes the 51st state.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a problem. The customs guys get real upset.
Or they eat it.
Yeah.
I think that's what I would do,
yeah.
yes, right? I know they're familiar with it. There's a few South Africans. They play the shipping game up there just like we do here, so I'm sure they play the back and forth too.
So here's the thing. Firstly, it's expensive because it's international. We can ship it. The problem is if they find it on customs, they will take it out.
Mm-hmm.
And now you have to declare stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that wasn't the case previously, but now you actually have to fill in a paper.
Declare everything.
And you have to declare everything that's in there. And the problem is, if you lie on the form, I don't know if there's repercussions.
Probably as a business, there probably is. As a private person, I mean, slap on the hand, throw it away. But as a business, we really try to stay in line as much as possible.
And who knows? Maybe they don't check anything and it just goes through.
Uh-huh. I hear there's some dogs that like to sniff things, though, and the biltong's got quite a nice smell. And yes, Neuro, you're 100% damn commies. Biltong should be allowed everywhere.
Great.
Agreed.
Well, I mean, don't you have this fucking NAFTA thing? You know?
It always goes one way.
Uh-huh.
Only goes one way. So who's vending?
Yeah, I mean, I send fentanyl here. Can we not, like, send
Right?
Biltong there?
Biltong. We're just trying to help them take away the upper body issues for the men. Provide more testosterone.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. I'm so glad everything in Arizona was good. For a lovely YouTube lady.
Mm-hmm.
She liked it all.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Good. Did you go fetch your...
No, I'll go get it.
Go get that quickly. So...
Sorry, we're nibbling. I'll get another. You want another one?
Yes, please.
Okay.
So, I mean, I have mixed feelings now. Not the way that it was handled. That was unacceptable. But, so we have this biltong bouquet. And, you know, for us that know what it is, and for people that know what biltong is, the bouquet is fine. But we had someone order it, and she didn't know what it was. And she had a bit of a meltdown when she got it. Phoned me and just basically yelled at me. I'm like I don't understand. Like, you ordered like this thing, and this is what it looks like. I don't understand. So anyway, we've been thinking about it, and
I'll show the before and then the after.
So any time we have extra, we try and attend to things and improve things and make things better. And we perpetually, it's a business, so we perpetually
evolving, growing,
and improving, and we're always trying to tweak our recipes and to make things better. And that's just like a continuous thing. So I guess if you stop growing, then you start dying. The old rule. But anyway, so we were talking about it this last week because there was something that happened again, and Nicole came up with a little solution. Yeah.
So this is the before. I know it's not as pretty when it's in the vacuum sealed bag. Even the bow kind of sucks up with the vacuum. Go figure. But when you open it up, you're able to refresh the bow and correct the bag, shuffle it, make it look good. It fits perfect in one of the big tumblers that people like nowadays, or in a vase, however you would like to display it. But the bouquet itself, this is ship ready, and this was what was not appreciated by the customer. Well, granted, this is over a pound of meat. It's meat. It's not flowers.
Yeah, but also you got to ship this thing in some way.
Yeah.
So I don't have some guy that can walk from here with a vase, with a meat all the way to where you are and present it to you.
With a teddy bear costume.
Yes, with a it's like that's not how this shit works.
Okay. So what I was thinking, I went and played. I've done a lot of gifting over the years in our shop. Lots and lots and lots. So I found this guy. Tell me, what do you guys think? Does that look a little bit better? Hopefully that will assist with future purchases. So I'll upgrade to this guy here. But I did one better, because I was also informed that there's zero information, which was not true, but that's okay. That's okay. I thought I would add this in as well. So there is our info for the customer to be gifted to, shall I say. Now, biltong bouquets, if I remember correctly, there's 2 holidays coming up. Hallmark holidays. Don't give flowers. Give meat. Now you know what's inside. They'll get a full explanation as what is in the bouquet itself, and over a pound of meat in a beautiful box.
You're going to get that?
I'll be back.
All right, she'll be back. I'll eat biltong. So, yeah. So we hope to have improved that a little bit, we always try and get a little better and see if, if we can make people more happy. I mean, it's not a big thing. We sell, I don't know, like 30 or 40 of these with each kind of cycle of things. So we never thought of like a box, and but so people learn, and you also you gotta not shout and swear at me when you want to try and complain about something, and every time I tell you something, tell me that that's terrible, so. But anyway, are we gonna, because we gotta
run. I've got some guys I've gotta cut the biltong for.
Yeah, so Nero, did you see the little shield, dude?
I'm sure he saw it.
All right.
Nero says you'll never make people happy, and Bright Can says charge extra for the box. Make it an option. Now that is true. That's true. Boxed option.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we were thinking about that. Anton did mention, well, now we're going to have to cover that because it is extra steps, does have an extra cost. But
Well,
I think you're onto something. We'll make 2 options. Thank you. Thank you
yeah,
for that
add like
feedback.
$2 for a box.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, we have boxes, but we did buy them, so they do cost money.
Sign of Jonah. Don't forget the sexy Anton calendar and the gift box. Each month, Anton poses with the meat of the month.
I'm going to really have to start running and working out.
Now, does he wrap his fingers around it, or how does he do this? What kind of a posing are we
don't
doing?
You start now. We will see you guys Friday. I think that's it. We'll end the stream. Remember, biltongusa.com if you guys want to support us. Buy some product. That's awesome.
Code
really good for you.
S.T.F 10 for 10% off.
Code S.T.F 10 for 10% off. That's Sierra Tango Foxtrot
Yes.
10 for 10% off. And we'll see you Sunday.
All
All right. Go.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Yes. Like, share,
please.
and subscribe. And then go put the stop on this guy.
I will.
And then call the small monkeys.
I will.
So I can give them some food and make them happy.